Xur has brought us a god roll this week. In today's video, we're going to go through his entire inventory. He's located on Nessus this week, just as a PSA. Starting off first, we have the Crimson Exotic Hand Cannon. This thing is definitely very good. Most people probably have it by now, though, so we're going to move on to the next part. We have Orpheus Rig here. This is definitely a solid exotic for your hunters, one that I regularly use. And this roll is actually pretty solid as well, too, with 66 stats. The intellect being extremely high is not necessary, but doesn't necessarily hurt it because it is a super centric exotic. And we have a Helm of Saint 14, which is a solid Titan exotic. Overall, this roll is a hard pass, though. Way too much mobility and just intellect stuff. Don't really need that. And we have a Nezrak Sin with 66 stats. This is an excellent exotic, and this is a decent roll. So might want to grab that. For the True Prophecy, we have a rangefinder demo roll with accurate rounds. We got steady hand, we got hit mark, we got reload speed, masterwork. The only part that's going to struggle with this is the handling is going to be a bit painful, but this is a really solid roll of the True Prophecy and definitely worth snagging and using. You might enjoy that in PvP. Then we have a 7th Seraph sidearm. Zen Moment was recently buffed, is super strong now. It's going to feel super potent on this sidearm. Field prep doesn't really help this thing at all in PvP. Akraz is huge. Fluted Barrel is huge. Range Masterwork's huge. That's a pretty solid sidearm overall. Some people will really enjoy that inside Crucible. You got an Extraordinary Rendition. Multi-kill clip is a really strong PvE perk. Zen Moment on it. Pended Mag. This is a decent roll too. I mean, it's not a god roll, nothing crazy, but it's a decent roll. A Sweet Sorrow with Tap the Trigger and Perpetual Motion. This is going to feel really nice in Crucible. Also a decent roll of the Sweet Sorrow. Judgment of Kelgroth with Overflow Wellspring. This is not as interesting. This is probably the least interesting weapon we've seen so far, so we could pass on that. A Corsair's Wrath Linear Fusion Rifle, no distraction skill clips. That's definitely a hard pass. Don't need that at all. And then we've got a Night Watch with Moving Target, so it's going to be more PvP oriented. Outlaw, Pended, Corkscrew, Range. It's a mid roll, and it's not too bad for PvP though. We're going to go through all the armor on all three characters in just a moment. The god roll he does have is this Hawk Moon. He's got the Fluted Barrel, best barrel you can get. You've got Eye of the Storm. You also have options of Opening Shot or Rangefinder in this slot. A lot of people will dispute what is the exact god roll. Opening Shot tends to be the more favored perk because when you have that super powerful shot, you want Opening Shot on it. Sometimes Eye of the Storm can be the best perk though. When you get into a duel, a lot of times landing that third headshot can be the hardest one, and Eye of the Storm greatly helps with that. This is considered one of the best dueling perks if you're fighting against other people rocking hand cannons. You'll land those 3 taps a little more consistent than them with Eye of the Storm, in my opinion. My personal favorite, I like this on most hand cannons that I use, but also there's, again, the rangefinder and the opening shot god rolls. Smooth grip. This thing's really nice. This is a max handling roll. Can't see it because my camera's in the way. I'll take it down for a moment. A max handling roll. Whew. Definitely nice. Definitely worth grabbing. Then we have Dead Man's Tail here with opening shot. Kind of an average roll there. Going through the armor now. We've got the armor right here. 25 mobility on the Titan gauntlets. That's a hard pass. This chest piece is really good though. We've got 25 resilience. Definitely can snag that. We have a helmet with 50 mobility, 17 intellect, hard pass. That's a terrible roll. And then we have some boots. That's high recovery, pretty average roll. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull up the armor on the Hunter. Hunter has gauntlets with 63 stats, high discipline. That's a really solid pair of gauntlets for the Hunter. He has high mobility, high intellect. We don't need intellect, so we'll pass on those. We have a decent helmet there as well. And then some boots with super high mobility and super high strength. You don't really need strength on Hunter too much because you're just going to dodge your enemies to get your melee back for most builds. So I pass on those boots. Warlock 59 stats, gauntlet, hard pass. 61 chest, not too bad. Helmet with 60 stats and some boots with 25 mobility on a Warlock. Definitely do not need. So that's everything for this week's Xur PSA. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Which weapons and armor pieces will you be grabbing? Make sure you're subscribed if you enjoyed the video and click on the screen here if you want to watch another video from this channel. See you in the next one. Later.